All right, joining us right now to discuss is marine scientist and environmental entrepreneur and climate risk expert, Dr. Deborah Brosnan. Great to see you, Doctor. So blue
Lovely to see you.
carbon, wonderful. So blue carbon, I guess it's a new discovery. It's not a new ally, is it? It's just a new realization of things that have been in place for a very long time.
Exactly. Blue carbon is a new word for something that's been going on and we've been depending on for tens of thousands of years. These coastal ecosystems, kelp forests, coastal marshes, mangroves, seagrass beds literally pull carbon from out of the atmosphere and they turn it into growth. So when you look at a mangrove tree or a coastal marsh, you're literally looking at living carbon. And they've been doing this forever and for us. And since the Industrial Revolution, they have absorbed about a third of the excess carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. They do it better and they do it faster than any other ecosystem.
So are you hoping out of this that what it will help launch is perhaps greater urgency to protect these ecosystems?
Absolutely, because if we protect nature and these ecosystems protect us. So mangroves not only sequester 4 times more carbon than tropical rainforests, but they stop storm surge. If you have about a half mile of a mangrove fringe, the water level coming in a storm goes down by about 1.75 feet. That's a huge difference between getting flooded and not getting flooded. And then they're a major source of fisheries. And 1.5 billion people, particularly in developing nations, depend on fisheries. So what I'm hoping is that it's going to make people more aware of not just the carbon and climate value, but this huge ecosystem value that these systems provide for us every single day. And it will change how we think. We can make a change how we do business.
So then in your view, what are the biggest threats to these ecosystems right now?
The biggest threat to these ecosystems are, first of all, that we don't value them and we don't recognize what they do for us. And after that, we're looking at how we treat them because we don't recognize them. So let me give you an example. If you think today of how cities expand or how real estate develops, the first thing that happens is we look at engineering, we take away the landscape, we put in an engineered structure, and then we put back the landscape. This can change it to say, what is the value of that ecosystem that's there? How do we align with that ecosystem to give us more benefits, create livelihoods, and of course for investors, that all important return on investment. We can literally change the way we protect our planet, and that in turn will benefit our resilience and ourselves to the tune of trillions of dollars and a better lifestyle.
So this documentary is unique, right? Because it brings together film, music, a science to highlight climate crisis. As a scientist who works to create, real world solutions, what are some other ways that people can get involved in caring about this issue? What are you hoping this documentary is going to help enlighten?
So beyond raising awareness and letting you realize that ecosystems really are cool, I think the best thing it can do is to galvanize people to get involved. Now, there's many ways you can get involved locally in the kinds of restoration projects that are going on around the world, whether it's seagrass, whether it's mangrove restoration. There are lots of opportunities to engage with nonprofit organizations or for-profit organizations to do this kind of work, either professionally or as a volunteer. That's one of the major things you can do. The second is to educate yourself and raise awareness. Be an advocate for these ecosystems. Be an advocate for doing business in the world differently.
Dr. Deborah Brosnan, thank you so much.
Thank
you. Be
sure
to tune in, everybody, to the CNN Films Presents